This is Ian Lamont. I've been using Amazon advertising for 8 years. Today I'm going to show you how to create a new campaign. If this video helps, please take a moment to like it and follow me. Let's get started. So we're going to be creating a sponsored products campaign. I always tell this to people who are new to Amazon advertising. The best campaign that you can create is just the standard sponsored product or SP campaign. The reason is because it's so effective. It shows up in search, it shows up in product carousels, and it's relatively inexpensive and easy to get started. So let's do that. I'm on my campaign page. I'm going to create a campaign. And then you'll see all these different options here, and there's more and more options as time goes on, like sponsored TV, that never existed before. Sponsored products is what I'm going to do. And then it starts out by asking you the ad group setting. I'm not going to get into why Amazon set things up this way, but just, have to go with the flow. So I'm going to call this Blue Badge, and I'm going to say October 2024. Okay. So that's the name of the ad group. Then it's going to ask you to add the product. Now, fortunately, they're actually putting the suggested product that I want to advertise right at the top. So I'm going to add that one. And then I'm going to scroll down. And there's two options here, automatic targeting and manual targeting. I'm doing manual targeting. I might do an automatic targeting campaign later, but for the time being, I'm going to do manual targeting, which means that I'm submitting my own keywords or using Amazon's recommended keywords. And there's a couple important steps right here. So you can do keyword targeting or product targeting. I do keyword targeting. I'm just using the terms that real shoppers on Amazon are using to find particular items, and I found that they've worked in the past. Sometimes I'll find a keyword that actually works on another platform like Etsy, and then I'll bring it into Amazon advertising. And now this is really important. Pay very close attention here, because if you mess this up, you can end up wasting a lot of money. So keyword targeting, suggested. So Amazon's presenting a whole bunch of keywords and also suggesting some prices that you should be bidding on. Some of the prices are absolutely outrageous. $12.58. That's crazy. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be not using the suggested bid. I'm going to be using a custom bid. The custom bid, do not take what they suggest. It's almost always too much. You'll end up spending too much, and oftentimes you'll also drive up everybody else's bids as well. So I always have a starting level that I know is pretty safe to work at. So usually it is around 44 cents or 55 cents per click. Other people, depending on the product, you may have to bid more because it's more competitive. And then there's filter by broad, phrase, and exact. So what this is saying is, if it's exact, for instance, ancestry chart, that means if people search for that particular keyword, ancestry chart, it will, and if you're bidding enough, it will show up. It will show up there. If it's a phrase, it might be something like ancestry chart for Christmas. And so ancestry chart is part of that. So that's what that means. And then broad means maybe only ancestry or chart is in the customer phrase that they're using on Amazon, but it will still include that. So of course, exact is better in a way, but they tend to be more expensive. Broad is cheaper, but maybe it will show up some hits that aren't really related. So what I usually do is I'm going to start with broad at 44 cents, and then I'm going to enter a list. And what I have, I'm going to just show you quickly right here. This is my list. I keep it in Google Sheets of all the keywords that I use. I've just added a couple other new ones. So I'm just going to be taking that whole list. It's about 200 keywords, and I'm just going to be pasting it in here. So I'm going to copy them over. You can also use Microsoft Excel, of course. And I'm just going to paste them here. So I'm going to be bidding 44 cents on all of these keywords. I'm going to click add. So it said added successfully. Now, that's only for broad. I have to do separate ones for phrase. So I'm going to use the same bid. So those were added. And then for exact, I'm going to bid a little bit more. And click add keywords. By the way, for this particular product, I have other promotions running as well. So in addition to spending money on the bids, what will help the conversion, I hope, is the gigantic coupon that I have running on this particular product right now. So you can see all of the keywords showing up, and then under exact, if you scroll down, it would show up broad and phrase. You can see some of them are pretty close. Like this one is recommending 44 cents. Why I keep it at 55 cents and not 44 cents is because I want to give this campaign a chance to kind of get some legs. So I'm bidding a little bit high. But what I'm going to do every 2 weeks or so, I come back to all my campaigns and just kind of tend the garden. I pull out the weeds, I add water here, I move maybe a plant into a sunnier spot. So I'm going to come back and revisit these to see what's working and what's not. Okay, negative keyword targeting. This is important, and I actually have a list of negative keywords. Let me find it here. I keep it on the same spreadsheet actually as the rest of it. So what I'm doing is I'm actually going to be pasting in the other products in the name of my brand in here, because when people are searching for this particular product or brand, I don't want an advertisement to show up. I just want the organic search result to show up. So it's negative exact. I'm going to be adding the keywords in the name of my company and stuff like that. Okay. Campaign bidding strategy. This is another tricky thing. It's not really well understood. What I generally do is I do accept dynamic bids, down only, and then adjust bids by placement. If there's an opportunity for my advertisement to show up at the top of search, I'm willing to pay a little bit extra for that. And it gives you an example. 75 cents bid will remain 75 cents for this placement. That's because I haven't increased the percentage. But if I bump it up to 15%, you'll see that it'll cost me 86 cents to get this particular placement. So that's good. Rest of search, all right, I'll give that a 5% boost. And then product pages, these are the product carousels. I'm willing to give that a boost as well, but maybe by not as much, 10%. Okay. So on some of the bids that I have, like, you know, a 50-cent bid, because I'm bidding 10% extra, it will become a 55-cent bid if it matches. Now Amazon asks for the campaign name, so I'm going to call this Blue Badge. That's kind of the nickname I have for this product. SP, sponsored product, and then I'm going to put in the date. So today's date is the 19th, and sometimes if I'm using special creative elements, I might put in some creative mention, like on campaigns where you can add a tagline or an image, I might put in the name of that image. No portfolio. I'm just going to leave that as it is. Start, no end date. So my product isn't seasonal, so I'm just going to let this campaign run. And then this is the other thing, daily budget. So sometimes you can use the suggested daily budget, or you can use something lower or higher. I'm going to go for the daily budget, but what I'm going to do when I tend the garden on this campaign in a couple weeks, I might lower or raise that depending on the results that I see. And then I'm going to launch the campaign. Okay, your campaign launched successfully, and we're good to go. So let's see how it does in a couple weeks. But this is how you set up an Amazon advertising sponsored product campaign. If this video helps, please take a moment to like it and follow me. And you can contact me or read my blog. Use the links in the bio or the description. Thank you so much for watching.